all the supercoherence frequency tools are informational technologies. And the thing is, because they work at the level of the field, they're very, very quick. And it's really hard to compute that with, with our sort of rational intellect. And it's really important to remember that obviously lots of you have different frequencies, but they all share some characteristics in common, which is that they all work at the level of the field. They're all informational technologies that work at the level of the field, and they all help to strengthen and bring our field into coherence and enable us to become clearer in that. So it doesn't matter which facet we're choosing to work through, as it were. Obviously, they all help to create that coherence, that clarity, and also to strengthen our light field. And yeah, they all work very quickly, although we may or may not notice the effects, because the effects can take time to sort of transform through the different, our mental body is much finer than our emotional body, which is much lighter and finer than our physical body. So it's like things take time to sort of trickle down. But they all have this effect on the field very, very quickly. And I think, sometimes one might do a clearing with somebody, and it's almost like within a day or within hours, sometimes that person will be in touch. If they're not, it doesn't mean it hasn't worked, but it can really be that quick. And remember, at the field level, we are all connected, which is why, when we were talking, Owen mentioned it and other people have mentioned it, this thing about using the return to love frequencies, visualizing people holding them. Anna was talking about that right at the beginning with, when she's traveling in the car, that they really do work beyond time and space. So we don't have to be limited by, actually asking people to hold the physical frequencies. And that's why it doesn't matter whether you're holding them, just in your hands, or whether they're in a pouch and you hold them in your hands, or whether you pin them to the outside of your clothes, or whether you actually have them on your photograph, or even just your name. It doesn't matter, because you are dialoguing with another level of intelligence. And that's a level at which things do happen so quickly. Elaine mentioned about, the bull that she's talking to out of a herd of 30 turning around and looking at her. And I mean, animals and especially babies and little ones are so sensitive. And, I've just played around with that. And almost always, like you see little babies being wheeled around in supermarket trolleys. And it's incredible how you just imagine the frequencies on them. Or I often wear my universal one, and I think they kind of get quite fixated on that sometimes, but they'll often just turn around very suddenly and start staring. And it's wonderful to see it.